What's up, my people? Welcome back to Vertical Football. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Tottenham Hotspur to Manchester United 2. Guys, a lot of talking points. A lot of things in this game that I saw, I expected it. Some of them were painful to see. And so, guys, a lot of talking points. Let's jump right into it. The first point is the fact that, I said it earlier that United side, that's the previous episode where we did the fans corner, where we talked about celebrating 1 year of Ruben Amorim. I said that Man United is facing a new mental battle. And I said that previously, the mental battle we are facing is the fact that whenever we discuss, whenever we play this kind of games, you could just see it in front of you that the team crumbles. Maybe the team starts scoring first, but when they score 2 goals, the team crumbles. And when you are beginning to see, especially the last 2 games, it's beginning to show that mental battle has actually been defeated, because this is a United side against Nottingham Forest and against Tottenham Hotspur. They scored first, but for some reason, they, 2 goals came in quick succession, and you can now see United coming back to draw the game. So, first of all, it shows that they don't crumble when it's 2 goals. That's one mental battle that they have overcome. But the fact also is that there's another mental battle that United needs to solve. And that's the battle of when they score first, which we have seen in the last 2 games, they just relax. United just relax. The mentality to say, we scored first, now let's go for the second, for the third, for the fourth, that push when you scored first is not there. And sometimes, and I think that's what I said again in the Nottingham Forest game, there are signs of complacency. You score first, and before you know it, you don't take advantages to increase your lead. And I also know that, yes, and that's why some funny enough when I hear United fans say United will win the league, I'm like, winning the league, yeah, you can win the league. You can win the league. Any team can win the league in any particular season. But to win the league consistently over a number of years, there are certain developments that your team needs to have on the pitch, off the pitch, and in your mind. And I think mentally, this United side is not yet there. I have to be very honest. This United side is not yet there. The mentality to keep going after 1 goal. We've gotten 1. Let's get the second. Let's get the third. That's the mentality of top teams. This team is still a small team. This team is still a team growing. We score first, and all of a sudden, the energy drops. Our decisions on the ball drops. We are not composed, These are the things we saw in the 2 games. And funny enough, when they now score you 2-1, for some reason, the composure, the energy that was not there while it was 1-0 will suddenly come when it is 2-1. So I think it's just a normal progression of a team. That's my major point. It's just a normal progression of a team. That the team has always been used to coming from behind. Someone that maybe was poor before, now is becoming rich. He has to first suddenly do away with the mentality of the poor and now adapt to the mentality of the rich. And the mentality of a rich team, a top team, is that when you score 1, you go for more. Not the fact that when you now score 1, you can't do that sudden, wealth. And until when they now score you 2, before you now, that poverty mentality. And I think that's the mentality of a small team that United has currently. The second point is the fact that, yes, I expected it was going to be an open game. We analyzed this in the preview show, where we said, looking at the likes of, Thomas Frank and what he does and the kind of way he likes to approach certain games, and looking at what he has done with Tottenham in some games this season, you expect it's going to be open toe-to-toe. I think that's what we saw throughout the game. And I felt United had some decent moments that there were potential moments, but we didn't really take much of those potential moments. And for me, it was frustrating. Really, really frustrating. I felt that in a long while, this has been the worst I've seen United on transition moments, attacking transition moments. I was furious. Many times, when we win the ball, the decisions we take after winning the ball to attack was terrible. Really, really terrible. For example, Mathys Tel, as you guys have watched, certain moments when we win the ball, release quickly. Why are you holding the ball? There's certain things that you shouldn't be doing in a top team. There's certain things that you shouldn't be doing at certain moments. Holding the ball to try and maybe do one or two skills might be good when we are playing in Anfield or we are playing a top A on that side that maybe we are leading 2-1 and we are close to the end of the game. But when you are a 1-0 up team in the first half or even early the second half, you should go for more. You should quickly make those transition moments. And I felt we didn't do that. Kua didn't do that. Bruno didn't do that. Funny enough, there's certain moments that Bruno just some kind of very senseless decisions. I saw almost everybody on the team. Sure, everybody. I don't want to start calling individuals. You guys even saw the game. You know exactly what I'm saying. Our attacking transitions, the decisions we made after we won the ball that we could have easily halt Tottenham, we didn't make. It was terrible to see. Really terrible to see. Another point on that second point is the fact that we lost balance. We lost composure in that game. I was looking at the team. I was like, why did we lose balance? We lost at certain moments of the game. We lost balance terribly. And I think even when Mazarawi was removed and Sesko was introduced, I felt the balance came a little bit. But also at certain moment again, we still lost that balance. And I was like, why are we losing balance? What exactly? And I'm not going to think maybe because of Mbeumo is on the left. I thought about many times about like the fact is United lost balance in this game. I can feel the team, the structure of the team was not balanced. We didn't have composure. And when I analyzed it further, I found out that it was terrible decisions on the ball. Maybe touching the ball too much, taking too much on the ball, too much time on the ball, like the way Kua did. It was Bruno Fernandes in certain moments not making the right decision. You know, at certain moments, even in front of the box 18, it was Casemiro, you know, deciding to take a more difficult pass instead of taking the smaller pass that could have made us add control. There were many moments like that when you watch, you'll be like, see why we're not having that balance, we're not having that composure. And I was not really happy. I knew, because football is a game that when you watch football for a long period of time, you can predict that football will punish you. And the fact is, we were punished when it was 2-1. But the fact is, the boys have the mentality to always come back. But the mentality to win by more than one and to sustain that lead is not yet there in this team. It's not yet there in this team. Another point I want to make, which is my third point, is the fact that I felt, and I know, yes, it's a function of the kind of midfielders you have. I really felt that it was going to be a tough game. We analyzed that in terms of the midfield spaces, in terms of the tight spaces in the midfield. And I felt that we did considerably well at certain moments, especially the first half. I was like, this is not bad. This is not good, but this is not so bad. But I feel it just shows us that we need a better midfield. We need a better midfield because in such games like this, our midfield will give us more balance. Our midfield will give us more composure. Our midfield will be able to, you know, make use of the tight spaces. It's a tight space, but we'll be comfortable using the tight spaces in the midfield, right? If you have a very good midfield. The midfield players, they will be able to comfortably use the moments in the midfield. And I was like, we could have done better, way better. And this game shouldn't be a draw. There are certain moments we should have taken advantage of, and we did not take advantage of it. Another point, which is the fourth point, because I want to be very careful. I don't want to mention players' name because everyone was bad, in my opinion, today. I'm so sorry, but I just feel everyone was bad today. Everybody should have been able to do one or two things. I think maybe Mbeumo, I think maybe Mbeumo, then Ahmad at certain moments, you know, was there. But the fact is, others, you can see something about them, really. Others, something about them. Dogu was also decent, but the others, you can see one thing about them. So, and another thing I think is the fact that at certain moments, it's like, the last time I saw that was against when we were under Erik ten Hag. Like, we can't control the game. I think I'm still going back to that point because it really shocked me. But the kind of control I'm talking about now is the fact that, yes, we lost the balance, but also the fact that it's as if, you know, it's as if the game is controlling us and we're not controlling the game. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I feel at certain moments, it's as if our players were just moving like headless chicken. I don't want to see that. And for me, it was a very, very bad sign in this game. The game was actually controlling us. We were just, we were like, why are you taking this wrong decision? Why? And certain players too starting the shots on the way, like, really? I really feel we didn't have the control. And I think that's something the manager needs to talk about them, is the fact that Don't let the game control you. Control the game. We're controlled by this game. Especially when we were one goal up. We're controlled by this game. You know, we didn't really take advantage. And I'm not happy the fact that 2 away games now we've drawn in games where we could have easily won. And maybe it's the atmosphere. That's why I made that point. Maybe it's the atmosphere that is influencing our decision. But the fact is, we need, no matter the atmosphere, this team needs to go to a point where we control the game. No matter the atmosphere, not the game controlling us. The game controlled us today. I have to be very honest. We lost that composure, lost that, that balance. And for me, it was really shocking. Bad decisions. That's my last point. In almost every area, we saw some bad decisions. And those decisions, they compile. I mentioned Koeman's bad decisions of holding the ball. I mentioned Bruno Fernandes' wrong decisions of, should have passed to Mbeumo at one moment, did not pass to Mbeumo. Should have passed to Mazarawi at one moment, was trying to pass, to another player. I also saw certain moments of Casemiro taking the more difficult passing option, even though he should have taken a shorter one. I saw the likes of even Shaw at certain moments doing certain things at certain. So there are players that when I just analyze the game, I found out that it was a game of bad decisions, and bad decisions end up like this. We will not win, and I'm really not happy with what we've seen in today's game. And I think final thing that I want to console ourselves with is the fact that it's a natural progression of a team. We have overcome some levels now, and we are now on a new level, and we have to face the new devils there, really. And I think we have to do better. When we score one, we should have the mentality to push forward. When we are away, we should not allow the away atmosphere to control us. We should let, we control the atmosphere, we control the game. So guys, these are my points on Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 2. What do you think about the game? What are your opinions about the match? Is there something I said that you do not believe in, or something that you think I should have said that I did not mention? Let us have that discussion. Thank you for sticking with me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget to share. Until I see you next time. Bye.